Well, we're talking with actress and filmmaker Dyan Cannon about the new BritBox miniseries, Archie. It's about her marriage to movie icon Cary Grant. It's also available on Amazon Prime. Dyan, this was a pretty big venture to put all of this into film, the story, and to tell about, when people hear the word Archie, they think, who is that? But it's Cary Grant.
Archibald Leach.
That was his real name.
Cary Grant's a much nicer name than Archibald Leach. Yeah.
Well, it certainly is one that we all, are endeared to. The only child Cary Grant had was the child, Jennifer, that he had with you.
Right.
And from all indications, that was the turning point in so many ways for his life, the cherishing of being a father.
Yes, that's right.
So it changed him in a lot of ways, didn't it?
I think so. I think it softened his heart. I think he let that in. I think the relationship between a father and daughter is so much different than a husband and wife.
Yeah. No, I think so. And even a father and a son.
Yes.
But there's something special about a father-daughter relationship.
Well, you would know about that.
Well, I would. I'd know a little bit about it. My first reaction in watching this is how amazing the actors were in portraying you and Cary Grant. Were you pleased with how that turned out?
Very, very pleased.
Yeah.
They were wonderful. We worked for months together to try and get those effects, but because they did it, it was wonderful. Yeah.
It wasn't that long after the birth of your daughter that Cary Grant decided just to leave acting and give it up. Was that shocking to you? I think it was to the rest of the world that he decided to retire from acting at that point.
Well, he was talking about it while we were together.
Yeah.
Dating,
Yeah.
before we married. I think he got tired of that. I think.
Was he tired of the image that he had to live up to, or was it just the work of the acting itself?
I think it was both.
Okay.
I think both. I think it was just time to stop and do something else.
And did he enjoy that next chapter of his life, just being a dad?
I think so. He married again after we divorced. And he married a woman that I'm friendly with, a lovely woman. And he just settled down. He just stopped.
Gosh, it's hard to imagine Cary Grant saying, I don't want to be an actor anymore.
Yeah.
You're at the top of the profession.
Well, I don't want to be an actor anymore on film, but maybe still in life.
That's interesting because there were things that you portray in the book and in the film as well, that he had a hard time letting people see who he was, letting them in. Was that because of the way he grew up?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think sometimes our childhood affects us if we don't deal with it, And his was horrendous, so I think it did affect him.
Did he ever say, Dyan, I want to be more like you. I want to be more adventurous. I want to be more free-spirited.
Oh.
Was that ever a part of something he said?
No, no.
But he did want that, didn't he? Don't you think so?
Well, I think deep down he wanted to let loose and let go. And he did with me very often, not out in public and not with people, but I think that I inspired that in him. I think that's what he liked about me, because there were women far more beautiful and far more talented and far more everything. And I often wondered what it was about me that attracted him. And I think it was that love of life.
I'm not sure that a lot of men in America would say there were more beautiful women and more talented women. I'm pretty sure they would not have said that. You might say it. None of us would ever say that.
You're kind.
You also are involved in something that I find very intriguing. It's an outreach in Hollywood, of all places, called God's Party.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Well, I was on the CBS lot for 12 years doing this thing called God's Party, to which you guys can come and play anytime. Thank you very much.
And you're
should. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And what we did was we celebrated God's love. I think that we all have been loved, hopefully, have someone in our life we can love, but at a very dark time in my life, I experienced a love that was unlike any love I'd ever experienced before. And I wanted to share that, and I wanted to bring it to people. So I started a God's Party on the CBS lot. I had a band, I had 15 singers, and we just celebrated God's love. We sang and danced and ate and popped balloons and And that's what I'm going to start again. I did it for 12 years on the CBS slot and 5 years after that elsewhere. And now we're looking for a home. We're going to reinvent, we're going to restart God's Parties. We're looking for a home, or we're taking God's Parties to homes or to churches or to wherever they'll have us.
Well, you know, California probably needs it, but if you want to do it in Nashville, I'm sure we would host you here to do God's Party at our theater here on the TBN campus. Dyan, it is just a delight to have you. I wish you the most success with the miniseries. It's a marvelous portrayal of a person that every American knows well, Cary Grant, but they may not really know Cary Grant until they read the book, and more importantly, they see this fantastic series called Archie.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again.
I hope so too. Thank you, Mike.
The miniseries is called Archie. You can watch the first episode free through Amazon Prime. It also offers a free trial subscription to BritBox to stream the rest. Please note, the series depicts an accurate portrayal of the Hollywood relationship of Cary Grant and Dyan Cannon. It's intended, as you might expect, for an adult audience. But if you'll go to Huckabee.tv, we will give you direct links to stream it and to keep up with Dyan Cannon. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.